All right. All right. All right. All right. Good. I would say good evening, but it's 12:30 a.m. So good morning. I certainly hope and pray that all is well with everyone. Listen, I'm not going to be on here long. This is not something that I really want to do, but I'm going to because if I'm instructed to, I will. So I'll just continue on like with I don't know. I guess these could just be story times then. Okay. Um. So let me tell you about the last dream infiltration that I had. Yeah. Now I don't know who sent this person between the twins. Those crazy, weird men that I tell you all about. I'm not quite sure. I felt it was the oldest twin, Phil, but I'm not really sure. Okay. So what was it? Maybe it was like last Monday, last Tuesday, something like that. So I had some more dream infiltration, and I was I don't remember where I was. Okay, I think I was like in a school or something like that, and there was a woman that was there that I was talking to, and in a way I recognized it, but in a way I didn't. Okay, and what I mean by that is I'll pull my thing back a little bit. When I was talking to her, I'm like, I know this woman, okay? But at the same time, it's like in real time, I'm like, I don't know who this is. Like in this time here, awakened time, I was like, I don't know who this is. But her energy was very, very familiar, but I don't know who she, to this day, I don't know who she was. Even in the dream, it's like I was saying, I know her, but I don't know who she is. If that makes sense. Okay. Like I knew her energy. Like I've seen this woman before, attractive woman, but I don't know who she was. So the next thing I know, and I can't remember, we were just talking about school stuff, going to school, graduating, classes, things like that, if I remember correctly. But the next person that I saw was one of these girls from this gym that I be talking about. Now I don't want to say her name. I have said her name before because I know she was a part of this shit, but I think more on the outskirts. Now when she was there,
she didn't speak to either one of us. But when I saw her, I was really happy to see her because I always, I never talked to her much. I didn't really talk to her at all, in real time. I'm talking about when I was at this gym. I didn't talk to her at all. Just hi, we always was in the same step class at the same time for the most part and everything. And I know she's a church girl. Cause I remember her Facebook talking about singing in the choir and all of that. But she looked pissed. She looked really angry. She had her arms folded and she looked mad. And I was just under the impression, I can't say I was under the impression in a dream while I was watching her, but I was under the impression that she really did not want to be there, to be doing what it is that she was doing. All right, so y'all know I'm gonna get my little pendulum thing out, right? Okay. All right. What is yes? Okay. What is no? Okay. Is it Tuesday afternoon? Okay. All right. The young woman I'm talking, well, middle age one. She's probably younger than me though. That I'm talking about. That was my dream. Not the first one, but the second one. Did the oldest twin send her? Yes. I figured that. Okay. Did she even want to be there? No. Okay. Is that why she was looking angry in the? Yeah, of course. Okay. Now, to those people who watch this channel and are watch my other channel or are sub, I've been busy, very very busy the last 2 days. Okay, I'll get back to the readings. All right. So anyway, so I don't have anything for tomorrow on coming up on there. But thank you all who have subbed and have supported. I much appreciate it. All right. So anyway, given the fact, see, this is the thing. It's like, why in the hell? And I don't want to like fuss at this girl like the way I fuss at some of these other people because in a way, like I'm looking at, her, I'm like, she okay. Let me ask this: Was a dream? Was it a dream? Infiltration, invasion, whatever? Okay, okay. It wasn't just me having a dream about this one. Absolutely not. Okay, we get that out the way. All right. So I'm like, given the fact that I'm like, she doesn't even want to be here. She doesn't even want to be doing this. And I felt that like when I was looking at her, like she's mad than a motherfucker. She's pissed. And not only that, it's like I thought she was a relatively decent person. Okay. I didn't find her to be catty like them girls I call brood mares and whatnot. I didn't find her to be that way, although I know she probably was because you could still see I'm in the group. I have to be with the group. I have to be with the people, the group, and I'm in love with this man. I want to be with this man, which she made it very obvious in the step class because she always, I mean, there was a small room. This shit was so fun. But it was a small ass room, so you had to help me get in there and get your fucking spot, okay, before, especially in the morning class. Had her help me to get there and get your spot, but she was always set her step, make sure she set it up right next to where he would be standing. And when at first I would see her do this, and I didn't really think anything of him. She was trying to get her a spot. And then I remember thinking to myself, I know she don't like this man like that. I know she don't. Okay. I really did not realize the power and force that a person could have over people. Okay. Um, that them two jokers, them twins, them weed and weirdos could have over people, over women. Okay. Nevertheless, I just saw her as someone different, kind of set apart, but not set apart. Someone, so you have people in life who they're different, they're kind of set apart, but they have to be a part of the group. They have to be validated. They just have to, you know. All right, and that's just how folks roll. Okay. That's just how they roll. That's just what they do. I'm not that person. Now, I get on here and I talk about this shit, and then sometimes I really don't want to, and then sometimes it's like, no, you need to go ahead and expose the shit, and it's like, well, shit, I'll be probably exposing for years. These motherfuckers who do this shit, they don't stop. I've come to that reality. They don't stop. Okay. But and some of you motherfuckers, I don't mind saying whatever the fuck about your motherfucking ass because you deserve it. But she's one of those people like I don't want to talk bad. I don't want to talk negatively about her. I don't want to say anything bad about her. But at the same time, it's kind of like, why? What could this man have said to you to have convinced you to do something like that you don't want to do? And that you have made it clear that you don't want to do. You don't want to do it. You're sitting there, you're mad, you're pissed. Why are you? I've asked it many times. Why are you? You have these. Why are you allowing these people to bring their karma in on you? Why? Now, I really, Phil, I don't know what you want. I really don't. You and your brother are both of y'all are a sad case, but especially you, especially you. You're real. I know that people say the opposite when it comes to the two of y'all, but it's just something about you that's just so disgusting and grotesque and slimy. He wear his shit on his sleeve, so it's not hidden. He don't hide the fact of his crazy, okay, and his conniving ass and ways and intentions. And in a way, I want to say you don't either, but in a way you do. I don't know what you want. You're disgusting to me. But to you, ma'am, and like I said, I don't want to say her name because I think I sincerely feel I used to see her. I used to see her when I would sub her son. One of the districts that I worked in. He was a student. So I remember one time I went middle school. She came to the building. I guess I don't know whatever parent school stuff, and we spoke or whatever. She's a person that I said, and she probably played a little bit of a role, probably on the outskirts, but whatever. Hey, how you doing? I don't give a fuck. I think she's a relatively decent person. I understand that group not dynamic shit. Okay. And trying to please mother niggas. Dick. Trying to please Dick. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to bust her out like that and say her name, which I was going to. But I will say this. I would have thought that after all these years, you would have woke the fuck up and gotten away from him. Why? You all had a boat trip. I never went on none of these trips with these mother they boats and vacations and all of that kind of thing. Okay. Well, I was only there the one time they did it. I mean, I was when I was there, they only had done it one time. I ain't go none of that shit. I just went to that black party, which I thought was fun. But I damn sure wasn't getting on no goddamn boat and going out to sea with that crazy ass shit. But you were supposed to be with this man on the boat, which I still couldn't understand that and figure that out when he had a whole woman at home. A very attractive, beautiful, smart, highly intelligent one at that. Which I couldn't understand why she was with his ass. He talked so mean and nasty to her. And I saw that firsthand. Okay, so I ain't talking about no he said, she said. Okay. But you're on the boat with the man. You the one that's supposed to be with him. People telling you no, you don't need to be trying to develop had no relationship with this man, this, that, and other. You know how he is, you know what he gonna do, blah, blah, blah. No, I got it. And I thinking to myself, well, what's she gonna do? Pray to God, pray to the Lord and make him do something, or try to convince him she the right one. And you gonna try to convince him that you the one and the nice one and the sweet one, so pick me. Mm-mm. And in the middle of the boat trip, your homegirl, he gets with your homegirl and tosses you to the side in front of everybody. You on the boat. You on the fucking boat. You can't escape. What you gonna do? Jump out in the ocean? Not in the gym where it said, well, I just won't go back for a few weeks and get over the embarrassment of it all. No, you're on the boat. On the boat. And when people tell him that's wrong and why are you doing that to her, things happen. That's what he said to you. Or what he was saying to you, things happen. Like, fuck her. Like, how many years ago was that? What was that, 2016? What could he have possibly said to you to convince you to do something that you obviously did not want to do? That you was making it clear that you didn't want to do when you was doing it. Everybody's gone now. Okay. Let me see. Did he threaten this girl to do that? No. I mean, do you think that now you're going to be the love of his life? Okay. Is that what she thinks? She's gonna be the one? She's gonna be the one for him to pick now? If she do what he wanted it, oh ma'am, honey, please. The man will drag you right down to the pit. Now I don't know the status of the other one. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, I don't expect him. Well, it would be nice, but I don't expect him to stop his stupidity. You're an idiot. Not the girl, not the lady. You who coerced her and pushed her to do something stupid. Something that she's going to get karma for that. For invading, harassing, and stalking for you. But you don't give a damn. You think it's funny. You laugh at these women who be crying and screaming and hollering over your motherfucking ass. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I certainly hope, Miss Ma'am, that you escape the delusion that he has you under. I mean, it ain't just about me, This it's really not. What else? What else is he convincing you to do that you don't want to do while you wasting your time? And y'all, a lot of y'all be talking about. At least last time I saw, which has been years, You with this man, you with that man, you with this. Hell, I worked up in the gym and I saw women come in there 24/7. They come to the morning class and the evening class and this class and that. And these people had husbands, they had boyfriends, all children, all type of thing, and was just there. The one time when my trainer, he had to train me after the gym closed from the morning classes, and y'all was still running around there like chickens with your head cut off. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they still here? In their face. Like, what are you doing? You got to be like in your mid 30s or probably late 30s at this point. And bitch, if that ain't it, then what the fuck were you doing it for? It is for him one way or the other. So what else are you, what other strings? What are you, his puppet, his pet? And I'm not saying this to condemn you or to be condescending to. I'm saying to you, stop and think about how this human being, I don't give a fuck who it is, how another human being is looking at you and treating you. For you to say, okay, I really don't want to, but I do it. You go to church, you sing in the choir. Don't you believe in the Lord and what he can do for you? It's the scripture, used to be my favorite scripture in Luke, for with God nothing shall be impossible. Even breaking away from toxicity and an idiot. Now, when you all come around, for whatever reason, however you choose, whatever it is, you bring your issues and your problems because they sit on you. Because they sit on you. You need to go down in prayer. And I'm talking to you. Well, anybody can pray. You don't have to be a Christian to pray. Everybody's gone. You don't have to be a Christian to pray. Anybody can pray. Doesn't matter what your faith is or whatever. You need to be focused on your son. That's who you. And yes, he's. When I saw him when he was little, he was such a cute little thing. Okay. And then when I saw him in school, I saw him in middle school, and I saw him in high school. He probably didn't even know who I was unless you all told him who I was. Okay. Very nice young man from what I could see. That's who you need to be focused on. It's a spirit there. And I mean an unclean one. Okay. Okay. It's a spirit of lust on that boy. Not from anything that I saw when I was subbing. I rarely saw him. I think maybe I only subbed him like once in middle school and once in high school. Nothing. The good kid sitting there quiet, doing the work, not acting a plumb fool like some of the other children. And I was like, yeah, that's how he was when he was little. I remember seeing him, at the gym and whatnot. Sweet, he was such a sweet little boy, but it's a spirit of lust there. Not that I saw then, but like I said, when you all come and you do your dream infiltration and all of that kind of thing, you bring your all your issues with you. Like, how they say wherever you go, there you are. So when you come, okay, so you mad as hell because you don't want to do it. Oh, but okay, whatever. I hope you escape the clutches in your mind, not the clutches that man has on you, but here. Okay. They got all kind of cutting cord videos and all, because I would think that you want to be free because you didn't look happy. I happy to do it. Like some of them bitches that would come through years ago, they were happy. Yeah, they was cute and hot and sexy. Okay. I didn't you wasn't happy about it at all. So I hope they got, like I said, they pray and ask God to help you cut them cords so that you don't be stuck up under somebody for the rest of your days and the rest of your life, being treated like you are just a pawn in somebody's silly ass, needy ass fucking game. Who cares? Whatever. Who gives a fuck what his issues and problems are? That's something he brought on himself. Don't allow him to bring his shit on you. But when you come, you bring your issues. And I just kept seeing your son's face. I just kept seeing it. Not only did I see it that night, I can't. It was like I saw him, but I don't. He wasn't in the dream like he participated. Let me be sure. Did her son participate in the dream infiltration? No, he didn't. I didn't think he did. But I saw him at the same time looking, speaking. He didn't want me to say anything about you, which I understand. You're his mother. You're his mother. But at the same time, so I'm like, but he's here, but he's not here. And then the next night I saw him again. I just saw his face and I kept hearing lust, 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 lust. This boy has a spirit of lust on him. That's, I don't know from where, I don't know none of that shit. And I'm not trying to find out. That's what you need to be focused on. Fuck that nigga. We know he got a spirit of love. That ain't no fucking what would you call it? That ain't a question. That ain't no surprise. You need to focus on your son so he don't, just so his life doesn't go in a fucked up direction. All right. They're gonna be sitting somewhere surprised. I had his head. Or whatever may happen. Okay. Take that to the altar. And take it to the altar when you go to church. You know how they have at the, I don't know what kind of church you go to, but the church I went out, they at the end of everything, the choir get done, the pastor get done, they have altar call. You can go up there for prayer. You can go up there if you want to get saved. You can go up there, for whatever. Go on up there. I ain't saying take the boy up there and embarrass him. Would you go up there and ask the Lord to help you cut them cords so you're not walking around like somebody's fucking prisoner, a woman like you? I think you had a beautiful spirit, beautiful person. I could be wrong. Maybe you're just as raggedy and rotten as the rest of them brood mares. The brood mare, he decided he was going to kick you to the curb for who was supposed to be your friend on the boat. Like, how are they friends? How is that friendship? I was like, wasn't she embarrassed? Ain't that supposed to be her friend? All these many years later. Here you go. Okay. So you can ask the Lord, like, for with God nothing shall be impossible. That's in the scriptures. Luke 137. Luke 137. For with God nothing shall be impossible. When I was in seminary, it was my favorite scripture. Okay. I can't say it ain't my favorite. Nah, I don't have one. But very powerful. Luke 1:30, for with God nothing shall be impossible. And then they got videos on here how to cut them cords and cut them ties and all of that shit, and it ain't like no magic thing like faith without works is dead. You can go through the process, you can do the cutting of the cords, you can do the praying and all of that kind of thing, but it's action. Stay the fuck away from that motherfucker so you don't get lost somewhere. A beautiful woman like you. And I certainly hope and pray that, I don't mean it in a negative way, but I certainly hope and pray you don't have a husband or a boyfriend or whatever. And doing that for what? If you do, that's where your focus should be. But if you don't, like you don't have to be somebody's fucking pet patsy dog to do whatever they say when they bark at you for their or try to get you to feel sorry for them or whatever the fuck I don't know what he wants. I don't care what he wants. I know what the other one wants. Okay. And then pray for your son. Some of that blessed oil. That shit works. That works. Put it on his head, pray for him. Okay. And remove that energy up off of him. Okay. But you have to do it with a sincere heart. And then action for you, action, action, action. Okay. I know it's hard to remove yourself from toxicity. It can be very difficult. Okay. Block the number. Don't call me no more. Don't talk to me no more. What? What's the benefit for you? Apparently, it didn't look like none because you were sitting up there mad as fuck with your arms folded. I don't know who that other woman was. Okay. You don't be mad at me. I have the right to be mad at you. Okay. And I really didn't want to do this, but when I'm instructed to do something, I have to do it. Okay. So, that's that. For the rest of y'all, been a lot of projection, a lot of projection. I have been seeing some readers talk about that. People didn't, projecting and doing a lot of projecting on people and so on and so forth. So what, motherfuckers? Moving on. Like lady who raised me, she comes in here and I hear her grunt. I know your grunt, honey, because you did it all the time. All the time. I'm like, okay, there she is. Okay. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. I got 2 rings on, right? See this one? I got this when I graduated from high school. One of my babysitters, which is so interesting. Okay, lady. Okay, me and my sibling had 2 babysitters, but they were sisters. Okay, and they lived in this house in South Euclid with their parents. Okay, eventually they moved out. They were a tight family unit, but that house. I passed the house one day, and I always look over. Oh, that's where Lady Janet and blah blah live, whatever. Then I passed the house. It couldn't have been. It could have been 2 weeks later. They had a beautiful home. They had a living room and a beautiful dining room. It was a 3-bedroom house, but then they had a den. Okay, and that's where we would be watching TV and everything. That motherfucker, when I passed by, was completely blown to smithereens. The den. This has probably been about a month now that I saw it. I was like, God, what the fuck? And I know the oldest sister, she transitioned, the father transitioned. So the only 2 that I knew left were the mother and one sister, but I don't know if the mother's still living. I don't know. I haven't been completely out of touch with them for years. But that motherfucker was completely blown. I said, God damn, what the fuck happened? I mean, not like a fire, like it was a boom. Okay, not the rest of the house, just that den. I never found out. I certainly hope that the mother is not living in that house. I would think she's probably like in her 80s now. I certainly hope, but whatever. It has people, they have been working on it. I don't know the status of it. I don't pass it all the time. But anyway, the oldest sister who transitioned, she got me this ring. It says love. Okay. When I graduated, got a little diamond in the heart. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. Okay, when I was no, I was 17. I graduated from high school when I was 17. She got me that. This ring right here. The lady who raised me, she was married twice. This is one of her wedding rings. I don't know if it was from, now we talking about a time where, uh people didn't have to have these big old ring. People, they just ring, whatever. Okay. I don't know if it was from her first husband or from my father, but nevertheless, I was like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this ring? And I was told to keep it. Okay, this where you at, Miss Ma'am, right here, right here. Okay, so you can come in shifting in here. You came after I said something to Bleeding Z about her and the mega pastor. I don't know, what did she, Aunt Beanie, please help me get Aunt Beanie, whatever, because I hadn't heard or seen no signs of you for a minute. Okay. You can do all the projection you want. And I know it is the projection is just like, the nastiest energy. You all have the nastiest energy. But let me say this too. The girl I was talking to with dream infiltration, the next night I'm asleep, I hear like, I don't want to say it was a whole choir, but it was like, I felt that old nasty, nasty projector. You all have a very nasty energy. And it was a, it was people singing. I don't remember the lyrics or anything like that. It wasn't anything like anything. It didn't sound negative or anything like that. Like get her, whatever. But they were singing, and I woke up and I was like, well, I don't know. That's got something to do with the nasty ass projection I'm feeling. I don't know. Was it the praise team? You know what I'm saying? It sounded like a choir. It sounded like a choir. Not a huge choir, but it sounded like a choir. But very nasty projection. I don't know. A couple of more things I noticed I picked up on since then, but whatever. I can't remember all the shit, because like I say, I just, get up, live, and take care of life. You understand what I'm saying? Mine. All right. But anyway, that's the end of that. All right, it is 1 a.m. I don't usually stay up this late. I want to do a video on the city. Okay, some more videos on the city, some discoveries and whatnot. It's just like Cleveland is like one of the most interesting places. I'm not saying the most, but a very, I think highly, now I can say, uh, probably highly underrated, or it has gone through that. Okay, it wasn't always historically, but went through a period of being highly underrated. It's so much interesting shit in this city. So the architecture, and I love old architecture, old structures. I love it, love it, love it. I mean, it's castles here. It's all types of shit. It's a castle right off of Chester, maybe 70 something. A little small little castle, and the people that built it, I mean, they built it that way on purpose. This was a long time ago. I can't remember. I looked up the history or saw it somewhere, and I was like, that's that castle off 55th. I mean, off Chester. And there are new people that live there now to keep it up and everything. It's just like, wow, and like, I'm in Cleveland Heights area. It's just the structure is, the history of it is so rich. You could tell just by, if you pay attention to the areas and the architecture of the homes, and the way the it's, everything is set up. I'm like, it looks like little villages. You know what I'm saying? Of whoever the early settlers was, or the people who or the people who settled here, bringing their, wherever they came from in Europe or wherever, they came from, and how they I built the area and whatnot. The areas, one area, people talk about East Cleveland, how much of a bomb it is. I'd like for somebody to tell me what the hell happened to Slavic Village. Like, I I cannot, I do not like it over there. Um, it looked like a straight bomb hit it. Like, what the hell happened over here? You know. But anyway, so much history, so much interesting history here. Okay. One day I am gonna make it to the Western Reserve Historical Society. I keep saying that. I just be forgetting about it. I forget to go, although I pass the area all the time. All right. All right. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Y'all have favor. Peace.